That's the sound of the Roland JC-40's Distortion, and for many, many years, the distortion on the jazz chorus amplifiers was the subject of ridicule and mockery, but I believe those days are over because you now have quite usable distortion on these latest versions of the jazz chorus amplifier. So what I wanted to do is sort of get a sense of where does this distortion stand in relation to some of Boss's well-known distortion pedals. So what I've hooked up here is a comparable showing of the Boss DS-1. Oh, if the cat would get out of the way. And the Boss Blues Driver. And I've set them up with about comparable settings in terms of level of distortion. So you can hear them side by side and you can kind of get a sense. Again, these are pretty well-known pedals, so you should have a good sense of what they sound like already. And you can hear how the amp distortion sounds relative to those things. So I'll alternate between these three right here. Oh, there's Rosa, who's going to get in the shot. She's silly. All right, anyway, so let me just play through a little bit like that. I'll start with the clean channel. I like a fairly, mellow, clean tone. Just like that. So here's what happens when I click on the DS-1. Alright, here's the blues driver. Here's the amp distortion by itself. Should say I'm playing through my homemade Telecaster. Just got single coil pickups in it. Nothing fancy. And to get the levels of distortion the way they are, I put the DS-1 distortion up about a quarter of the way, because this thing gets really fuzzy and really distorted as you go up. The blues driver is up just a little bit less than halfway, and the distortion on the amp, it's probably hard to see on the camera here, but it's just slightly over halfway. The volume on the amp itself is at 1. These amps are super loud. JCs are known to be super loud in general. I have the 120, which I have been playing for 7 years or so. This is a nice, more portable option. Still very giggable, still very loud. And it's foot switchable. You can set up the distortion or the chorus or the reverb through the foot switch as well. So let me just go through maybe a little bit more in terms of the different pickup selections. So this is now on the neck pickup. That's the DS-1. That's the blues driver. Here's the amp. Alright, let me go to the neck. I'm sorry, the bridge position. It's going to be a little twangier and brighter. That's the clean. So you can see there's a nice range of tonality on this guy between the neck pickup and the bridge pickup. This guitar actually has a pretty hot, I mean, not super hot, but it's the hottest pickup of the two on here. It's got some real bite to it. But anyway, you can see that there's a lot of value to the distortion on this JC-40 amp. And I would say that one of the ways I can describe it, I'm not sure how much it picks up on the recording, but something about this distortion is a little more articulate than the others. So these other two pedals kind of saturate, I think, a little bit more easily when you're playing. So, for instance, you hear that kind of crackle almost, that some people like that really gritty distortion or that really gritty drive. On the amp distortion, it's a little bit more, you can hear the notes a little bit more. Which I like a lot. I'm a fan of the Super Overdrive Boss pedal, and when I use that, I like live and recording, I go up about a quarter of the way, and it's very, very articulate still, and it just gives you that little oomph, that extra something on your signal. And I don't use a lot of heavy distortion very often. So this is actually a really nice kind of complement to that, or version of that if you want it just in the box. So anyway, I'm very happy with it. I've had this amp for about 6-8 months now, and I love it. I'm a JC aficionado, so you know, take that for what it is. If you're not a JC fan, this might not be of interest to you, but if you're considering it, it's very lightweight, still very loud, distortion is good, reverb is good, and of course all the classic vibrato and chorus that you're accustomed to for the JC. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it beneficial, and maybe can make an informed choice about whether you want to pick up this amp or whether you want to use this distortion. It's quite nice, quite usable, and thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.